Hey, what's up, you guys? Miss QT Style here, and I know I may be a little dark because I am recording on my tablet, and the lighting is not all that great in here, and it's dark outside. I have a video loading from my Galaxy 4, so I didn't want to do it on there because it's full with all the pictures of SP. But anyway, I was trying to sit here while I'm in the mood to do videos to see what type of video that I was going to do. Now, I want to do the video that Lady V asked me to do, and Lady V is a subscriber who helped me with the name for my Miss QT time. She came up with that name, so shout out to her. I'll put the link. I may not do it immediately when I load the video because a lot of times I load from work. I have to come home and do that, and this video will be loaded tomorrow from work. I'll make it public, but I'll put her link. But it's Lady V to her channel. I don't think she does videos, but maybe if you go underneath there and, you know, more subscribers and stuff like that, maybe she will start doing it. But thank you again. I have not forgot about your love mail. It's just that I've been, you know, dealing with stuff and doing a lot of stuff. Actually, I've been buying stuff. It's in the living room. I should have got it. The envelope is there, and I've been putting some little things, you know, together. And once I get them together, I will mail it. I will ship it out sometime this week, though. If not, probably tomorrow. So, and I'll hit you up with the tracking. So, she wanted me to, she said she's in her 20s, and she wanted me to do a video on 20 things that I learned in my 20s. Now, Lady V, I am 44 years old, girl. I don't remember nothing in my 20s. I don't remember too much in my 20s. That's 20 years ago. But I'm going to try my best. I don't think I'm going to get to 20, but I'm going to try my best to do that for you, okay? Now, the number one thing, that's off the bat as soon as you said it, that I learned in my 20s is I learned how to be a mother. I learned responsibility for a child. I was 19, making 20 when I had my daughter. My daughter born in August. I made 20 in November the same year. So I learned how to be a mother, how to put my needs and wants aside to make sure that she had what she needed. You know what I'm saying? So definitely learn how to be a young mother. I was a young mom. But I had, just like she has backup and family support, I had that from my mom, from her father's, you know, family and stuff like that. So I learned the responsibility, you know. It's not that I was a club hopper or anything before I had her, but of course I was free to go out. I didn't have to find a babysitter. I didn't have to worry about that. But I had to learn how to be a mother, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved, you know, taking care of my child. Number 2, I wrote some down. How to what? See, I know I'll be writing so bad. Oh, well, I learned how to run a household because I did end up getting my own apartment. I'm not sure how old my daughter was, but she was a young, I don't think she was school age or anything yet. So I learned how to run my own household, got my own apartment, how to make sure to pay my bills first before I go shopping. So yeah, I learned how to run a household. I mean, I didn't have to learn how to clean up. I knew how to do that even when I lived with my mother, and, you know, wash dishes and make sure that the house was clean and that I had, you know, food in the refrigerator and light and gas, water. I love decorating my house. I learned how to be a woman of a household. I learned how to yo, you know what? I know I'm not going to get to 20, and I don't know what the hell I done scrabble on here. That's so sad. But anyway, I learned that I had diabetes. I learned how to live with diabetes at a young age. I was, I believe, 27 when I learned I had diabetes. Of course, my daughter was 7 because we were 20 years apart, 19, 20 years apart. And I'm not going to say it was devastating to me, but I felt like, oh, man. You know, I didn't know the history behind diabetes, but I knew that it wasn't, you know, I knew it had something to do with your sugar and stuff and being, you know, sick. That's all I knew. Oh, she got diabetes. She got that sugar. That's the way they say it back home, that sugar. And so I was like, my daughter laughing at me. That girl got that sugar, you know, like that. And so I was, I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I was disappointed, and I didn't want to accept that I had it. So I kind of ignored it and still was eating the hell what I want. Me and my grandmother would go get the little cinnamon. Y'all know the cinnamon rolls with that white icing on it that you can get out the store, and they have like 6 of them or 8. Yes, honey. I used to eat that. I used to eat honey buns, drink my sodas and stuff. But then at some point when I started feeling real bad and I started that shaking, if I hadn't eaten around 12 o'clock and all of that, then I started trying to do right. And I backslid, if you will, went back to the sweets, and then I went back. And I kind of still do that now, but as I'm getting older, I'm trying, you guys. I am trying. But right now, I'm not going to lie to you. I go get donuts in the morning. But that's my only sweets. Like right now, I don't have anything sweet in the house for me to eat. Nothing. But I'll go get them damn donuts. So I learned how to live with diabetes in my 20s. Okay? I also, and this is going to sound bad, I learned how to get what I want from certain guys. Like if they wanted to date me and stuff, I don't know, some of you from the South, like, and when I was in my 20s, the style was, you had a Jesus head ring, which was a head, like a Jesus head, and then a wishbone ring, which was a point, you know, like a wishbone, and then a monogram ring with your initials, TAP, on it. And then we had cuff bracelets that was big, that had your name on it. We had earrings that was big, that had our names on it. My boyfriend, my daughter's father, he got me that. And he got me all of those rings. I knew how to ask for what I wanted, say I wanted, and I would get it. Actually, I knew how to do it better back then than now. Right now, I'll probably be trying to demand it, but you don't do it like that. I'd be like, I want a wishbone ring. Or they just knew that if, you know, if other girls had it and it was a style and I mentioned I wanted, I got it. So I knew how to get the things that I want in my 20s. What else in my 20s? Lej, was I in my... How old was you when I had the fight at the Mardi Gras thing? You was in your 20s because it was still in Louisiana. Yeah, I learned how to bust a bitch in the mouth in my 20s. It's like, you know, you can talk about me. You can talk about me and I may, you know, accept it. When you get to talking about my family and this and that and putting my child name in your mouth, then I got to bust your ass. So I learned how to pop a bitch in the mouth. I know some of you probably laughing, but I learned how to punch a bitch in the mouth with all my might for talking shit at a Mardi Gras parade. And I went to that fucking parade to fight her. Because I know, you know, at Mardi Gras, it was you're going to see everybody you know. I went to the parade and my mom came with me, which was getting on my nerve. It was me and my friend Tori, and she was pregnant, and my daughter. My mom wanted to come with me because she knew I was going to fight this girl. So she there, and she was getting on my nerve because she was just right by me. So the whole parade went through. My nerve was fucking bad, y'all. My nerve was bad because I wanted to bust that ass, but I didn't see her. So as we leaving the parade, the parade was over. I still was mad because I was like, God damn it, I couldn't get her. As we were leaving the parade, I'm not going to say it was the Lord because he probably did not want us to fight. So it had to be the devil. Made me go this, I'm walking this way, me, my mom, and my daughter. And here come her mama, her, and her 2 kids coming this way. And when I seen her ass coming, I walked over to her and I said, I can't do it because my camera gonna fall. But I butt her fucking arm shoulder like that to start with her. Because y'all, I don't want to make the video too long and about this, but you know, she had did all kind of shit. Came to my house talking shit, you know, in front of my daughter when I'm trying to put on a bus and I'm trying to be a mother and not fight her. She was fucking with me, you guys. And that's why you can't keep fucking with somebody because you're gonna get your ass bust. So that's what I did, right? I'm thinking this bitch gonna turn around and start fighting me, beat me down. She gonna stumble talking about, I know she better not start no shit out here. And I'm saying to myself, this bitch, I just almost knocked your fucking shoulder off. And you talking about I better not start no shit out here. That's all she had to say. I had to drop my purse, all that. My mama had my daughter right beside me. No tray, no tray. That's what she's saying. I done dropped my purse and I walked up on that bitch. We, what you call that? We squared up a little bit on it. Let my daughter be saying squared up, you know, when you got your hands up. Well, I didn't have my hands up back then. I don't fight like that. Like, I see people be like that. I don't do that. Y'all, and as you can see, I got big hands for a woman. I am a damn woman, though. But I got big hands, you guys. And so, the bitch was just procrastinating. She didn't want to fight, so I punched that hoe. And we started rumbling. We was on the ground, and I was just hitting that bitch with all my might. And if anybody know about roads back home in the South, we have the black hard dirt road. I just took her, we was to the side, I took her head, and I just was punching that bitch. So I learned how to punch a bitch, and I let all my anger out on her ass because she kept on talking shit. That's why you can't fuck with nobody. If you're gonna fight them, fight them. Don't keep fucking with nobody because they're been built up. So she got a nasty ass whipping at the end of the Mardi Gras parade. We could have went to jail, but of course, around Mardi Gras, they got a lot of drunks and people doing all kind of crime and stuff that, well, mostly drunks. The jailhouse was full, so they wasn't trying to take 2 women to jail. So the police told me to go this way to my car. And, oh, I forgot, her mama was talking shit too. So after I beat her ass on the ground, I had to swung at her mama 3 times too, and she almost fell in the ditch. I wasn't playing out there. Actually, I was ready to go to jail. And God bless the day, my grandma was like, if you go to jail, I had your fucking money right here. My grandmother used to pin money to her drawers. And I mean, she would take, it could be $1,000. Y'all, I done went, this video is all the way something else. Lady V. Lady V, I'm going to come back, but I know this story interesting. I'm going to come back when I finish writing down some stuff. Okay, so this is going to be part 1 and part 2. My grandma would take a whole, like $1,000 or like $10, $100 bills, and she would roll them up. I wish I had a dollar bill right now. Roll them up tight. You wouldn't even know that's a stash of money. And she'll put it in a little sack she made, and she'll pin one to this side of the bra, one to this side of the bra, and she has some pinned to her drawers. Tell me why old people do that. I don't know, but I guess it's because their money can be on them at all times. My grandma was like, I had it. Even my grandmother wanted me to whip that ass because this girl, we had done fed her, brought her home when her boyfriend beat her ass. You know, we felt used. So I would have got out of jail. But anyway, they didn't take me to jail. So I learned how to bust a bitch in the mouth for talking shit. And especially, she could talk shit, but don't come disrespect me in front of my child. So what else at 20 years old? Help me out, Chip. I don't know. That's kind of hard because I had a boring. My life was boring at 20. Nothing like out of the ordinary. And the things I learned, I actually learned it before 20, like learning how to drive. I didn't get my license till after I had my daughter. So let's say I learned how to drive. Yeah, I got my license right after her, and I started going on my own because I used to go with my boyfriend, but he started letting me take the truck on my own, so I was a little more independent and learning how to drive at 20 years old. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to think about stuff in my 20s because a lot of the stuff I learned, you know, before then. Yeah. So anyway, I tried Lady V, but I don't know 20 things I learned in my
deal with loss good.
Cause Graham died. Yeah, yeah. My daughter helped me out. I learned how to. I never experienced death, somebody that's close to me, death. But I lost my grandmother in 1999. So I was 29. I was 29 years old, and I lost her, and I learned how to. I guess cope with death. I thought it would be harder for me, but I think I did pretty good. She was in a coma for about 2 weeks.
No, ma.
Huh?
Months.
2 months?
Yeah, from June 19th to August 22nd.
Okay, I see y'all. I don't forget. I forget my 20s. She was in a coma because she used to have what you call that? Congestive heart failure. And a lot of times she would have it, but she would come up out of it. So this time I kind of knew that it was that she might not come up out of it. And actually, and I'm gonna end it after this, you guys, because that's just I can't think of 20 things, but the night before she passed, I saw her. And I saw her, I was sleeping in my room, and I turned to my door, and I saw a, like, silhouette of her. She had cut her hair short in the bush, and I saw a silhouette of her. And I looked, I wasn't scared, but then I didn't want to see it because I kind of knew or felt that's what it was. The very next morning early, and I'm getting chills saying it, the very next morning they called us to come to the hospital. And we kind of knew that they was calling us. I kind of knew. So we got there, and, you know, they let us know that the machine, you know, she still was breathing and everything, but it wasn't her. It was the machine helping her breathe. She actually, you know, she had passed away. But that's how they prepared us. And They turned it off, turned the machine off on her, and we I think I touched her. I touched her arm and stuff like that. And my mom touched her arm. And when they turned it off, my aunt started screaming and hollering. I had to leave out of there. I went into the little room where they let the family be. And I think me and my brother broke down in the room too. But then I had to leave out of there and stuff. But then I remembered, you know, that what I saw that night that I knew. It was like she was in that coma so long. She kind of prepared us for our death. It wasn't sudden. We kind of knew, you know. Doctors say that she couldn't come up out of it, but we still believe that she could. So I learned how to deal with death. And so when she died, my thing was helping my mom and my aunt, you know, do her funeral. So I wanted to do everything. I helped them pick out the casket. We picked out what she was putting on. I helped them find. My grandmother was a hoarder too, you guys. Not really like what you see on TV, but she kept things, and we had to go. She had all kind of insurance policies. We had to go find that. I helped with her repast dinner, buying stuff, cooking stuff, and stuff like that. And I just wanted to do stuff. And so I wasn't crying much after that. I cried at the funeral and stuff like that, but then I couldn't get out the limousine. Like my daughter said, I was stuck. I was scared to go in there and see her laying in a casket. It was like I froze, like couldn't move. But then I got in there and I got all choked up and stuff and seeing her. But, you know, I realized she was at peace and stuff like that, you guys. And I could have sworn, I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I could have sworn my grandmother moved. I think that, I'm serious, I think that dead people still sometimes I just saw her move, or maybe it was just me tripping or wishful thinking and stuff like that. But I'm saying I'm gonna end it at this. A couple of days after the funeral is when I broke down. I broke down because I guess it was my point to break down, and because I was invited, I think, to a bridal shower, my ex-sister-in-law bridal shower, and I didn't have a babysitter because my mom had to go to work. My brother, I think, was supposed to babysit, but, you know, young guys, they doing stuff. And I was like, if Graham was here, that's what we used to call it, Graham. If Graham was here, I'd have had a babysitter. And it's not that I miss her for just that, but I wouldn't have had no problem. You realize that she gone. Yeah, she gone. And I broke down in the house. I didn't want my daughter to see me crying. I think I went in the room, and that's when I really just broke down, you guys. But yeah, so that's the things I learned. It's not 20, but that's some major things that I learned in my 20s. I know it's going to be something afterwards, but it's already, what, 17 minutes long?
What you learned in your 40s?
I learned in my 40s how to be a glammy, and I'm learning how to be a glammy. I'm just a glam. I'm just a mama. It's just a grand mama. I've been a mama. And I learned how to not give a fuck in my 40s.
Really? I could have sworn you've been learning that in your 20s.
You're right, but I learned how not to give a fuck on YouTube in my 40s. Put it that way. I don't give a fuck what people say.
I'm sorry for bucking at y'all.
She bucking me up, you guys. She bucking me up, y'all. Anyway, Lady V, that's it. That's some major things, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Actually, you see, by me talking, I opened up about some things in my life. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. And remember, even though we wasn't talking about fashion, yes, is that serious? Oh, I learned how to buy a new car in my 20s. Actually, I bought like 2 or 3 cars in my 20s and have my own transportation and stuff like that. I learned how to... It wasn't my first job, but how to go, you know, apply for jobs and make sure I get them and keep them for my child. You know, it was a lot of things. So anyway, you guys, it's a wrap, baby.